Sorry about it, guys. I didn't know it was another cinematic. I thought it was just okay, guys, so this is not gonna be a long video. Now, our topic is why Warhammer campaign Realm of Chaos. Let's go. What the Realm of Chaos campaign, that's right, I got it right. Why does it suck? That's simple. Because it does. Now, I'm gonna get straight into it. Because I don't like to, I don't know, composition or stuff, this kind of stuff, literature in school was not my thing. I didn't like it at all this blah blah blah, instead of just going straight to the point. That's why I liked mathematics. So here's the thing, why it sucks. It doesn't suck. Let me load the campaign where I was. Okay, 1038. Because I have a good example also. It's something which happened, so I'm gonna. It's right there. It's and I'm gonna get to do it. But you need to see the reason. It's just right there. Also, first things first, the AI knows how to move. It knows where the portals lead, so it will take, no matter where it is, it will take the correct route to get into the Forge of Souls. It will take the fastest route. So that's one thing. But that's not the real reason. That's a minor reason. Now here's the thing. Look at all this crazy. The Carnival of Chaos. That's how it's also known in RPG type of versions of Warhammer. They got their own theme. These are some hilarious dudes over here. Look at them, ludicrous. And the bees over there. The bats, the bat wings behind. What's that? Flayed. These are like red skin. These are like someone who's being flayed. If you flay someone, he becomes like that. The smelly guys, the Nergul. Saranes is like the too much makeup, and this is like the weirdo. Okay, we loaded. So here is why this campaign sucks. It's not that. Where is my troops? Where are my troops? There they are. Damien. It's not that because it's hard in Redbound. In the real world map, not in the realm of chaos. It's not that because it's hard here, which it is, but that's not the reason you get attacked. That's not the reason. Let's go to the realm of chaos. The reason also isn't that this is all a confused maze. Scarred Brand arrived here. Not because others are able to enter. That is also one reason, but that's not the real reason. Other characters, it's not that the Zin's reason is a maze. You get lost. That's not the reason. You get to find out the sigils, and it would be fun if I finally realized that I had to go here and pass here. The real reason, it's not that I just appeared right here on this portal and I took this route. So I was teleported right here around. Somewhere around on this island, I guess, or this island. And then I moved from here, and from here. That's not the reason that the Zin's realm is a maze. That makes perfect sense. The real reason why this campaign sucks is because the other factions are able to enter the Milestorm, which they are not able to do so based in the lore. And this is your campaign, it's not the AI campaign. Now, if it is a multiplayer campaign, then yes, allow every faction to enter. But as I said, that's not the reason. That's not a multiplayer campaign here. This is a single player. In single player, only you are supposed to enter the Maelstrom with that guy, the advisor that leads you. So the AI isn't supposed to enter anywhere because it's gonna counter pick the opponent realm and will pick the fastest route because it can see everywhere, whatever you do. It's like Mortal Kombat AI in fighting games, I mean, where the AI can see anything you do. That's not a game. There are tactics to use in versus players that are useless versus the AI because it just sees what you do, but the player can't see. That's why I don't play versus AI, though I can. AI, you have to bait it. It's not something worth doing. You just have to bait the AI. So here the reason isn't that I just took the wrong portal and got lost in the realm of the sorcerer. Actually, that makes it's a maze, and the maze, it's hard to find your way. The reason this campaign is hold on, can I teleport? I'm very curious.
Demon Prince.
You cannot adopt this stance in this region. not have a movement range. Okay, so in this region I can't teleport, because if I could, it would make sense to just teleport next to. I mean, no, it wouldn't make sense, but you didn't understand that I could have just teleported, but I can't. So the real reason this campaign sucks is because the AI can enter the milestone. It has just to be your thing. You enter the milestone with whatever faction you are picking. You are the only one able to enter the milestone and do these quests here. Now they fixed it in a sense because you can take the souls from the legendary lords that collected them, but that's not real fix. That's something which makes it more tolerable, but doesn't fix the issue of the campaign. The AI shouldn't be able to participate in Milestorm. Only you are able to enter, because you are the guy who does the story. I mean, the narrator, this guide, comes to you. He's not talking to all at the same time. He guides you with the Tomos of Fate, so you are the only one able to enter the Milestorm. It doesn't make any sense that the rest factions can enter too. So this is why in order to fix this campaign and make it's gonna be much better, huge better. Everyone from hate, like I said, it doesn't matter that I got lost in the realm of Zin's, this maze, because it's a maze after all. It was funny that I lost. I should have just picked this portal. Hold on, how did he pass through? He's here now that he got in. So he got here and get in. It doesn't make any sense because I went here. From here I went here. So it doesn't. How did he get in? Scarbrand got in the next sense. Can he fly with his arm or something? Because he just teleported here. Or he teleported here and then moved here. I don't know, I didn't track him. Anyway. The reason is that it's okay I got lost. I don't mind that, but the other factions shouldn't be able to enter here. That's the whole thing. If they just did that, they would fix the entire campaign huge, and everyone would love to play it because it's a nice campaign. It is a nice campaign. It is well designed, all these things. The only thing they did wrong is that they allowed the AI factions, I repeat, the AI factions, not the... If you go multiplayer, anyone can enter because that's multiplayer faction. The AI factions should not be allowed to enter in the realm of chaos. If they just did that, they prevent the AI from entering. If they just did that, just preventing the AI from entering, then this would be like... do I know what this is? I don't know what this is. This and this just gives a clue. If they just prevented the AI from entering, the campaign would be completely fixed. It would be a huge success. It would be the opposite of what it is now. Now it's hated, then it would be excellent. You know, it's tricky to get into center realms. They got I mean, it's realm. Khorne has huge armies. Nurgle has big armies too with toughness, and Nurgle has also the attrition mode, which makes sense. Zinth is a labyrinth, and Slanesh, I don't know what it does. Oh, it seduces units, so your army becomes smaller because units are getting seduced. But that's okay. It would be a good challenge, a fine challenge. How can I put it? But the way it is now, that the AI can enter, this is the only part from all. Everything else is okay. This now that the AI can enter is what ruins entire the campaign. That's the only thing they need to fix. AI factions aren't able to enter the milestone. I guess they should make the AI just play in a sandbox mode in the material realm. I guess Scarbrand, I mean the Chaos factions in the material realm should just move around and move around the map like a sandbox, what they do, and sacrifice to their gods. The normal AI faction would just be there, increase, build up their cities. Same for Chaos, I'm not underestimating it. Now it's got cities to build and it's fine. But, and the only one you can enter, only one who is able to enter is a human player. A human player can enter the milestone. The others will just play in sandbox mode and ignore completely all the house realm, the milestone house realm thing. They wouldn't be able to enter. They would just play in the map, having, I guess, the objective as AI to just increase the cities, the tiers, increase the regions, be in, I guess, alliance with the other factions of the same other lords of the same faction and confederate, and hunt each other's their fight each other, and that's it with the AI fight. I mean the different factions as it happens. Cathay fighting vampires, some Empire, Kislev, a bit, a little. Same Empire fighting vampires and allied with Kislev, but they fight each other too because that's what's happening here. Everyone fights everyone, but only the human player enters the milestone, and I guess they fight against Chaos, but here it's not just the Chaos also has its region, so they would clash, which makes sense. Also, House fights each other. I mean, the different gods, they fight each other. They don't do the Order guys don't do that too much. The House guys do it. So Kairos, Scarbrand, Nakari, and Kurgath, they would fight each other, but they would also ally from time to time to attack the Order. I guess if the Order becomes too strong, they would ally and attack them, and but they would fight each other while the Order doesn't. So Empire wouldn't fight too much like the Ogres or Cathay or Kislev, but they would fight a bit still. The Vampires would be like in alliance with, well, not Chaos because they can't make. These guys don't make alliances. The other factions, they would just be like allying with the Empire and Kislev and sometimes attack one or another. They tend to move like that. That's how they move. That's the mode for the AI factions if they are not controlled by a human player. If a human player gets it, then he can do the campaign here, do his own thing. That's the only thing that needs to change. If they change that, this campaign will become from hated, because it is, even I hate it, to the best. The best also was the race for the milestone was into, I think, this vortex of magic. So that was, it will become similar because it makes sense in the vortex. All factions could pick the quest battles to gain access to the vortex. That makes sense to be a race there, because they were all racing for the vortex. But here they don't race for the vortex. Here it's just Be'lakor doing his thing, and the narrator is trying to stop him with the Tome of Fates, and he goes to someone to help him, and they cooperate. This isn't a race. It's about. You hunt Be'lakor, but Apart that it's not a race between other factions and between them and Be'lakor, it's just you, because you know what Be'lakor is planning and the others don't know it. The narrator tells you from the Torn of Fate, so the others don't know what Be'lakor is planning. You are the only one to know, so you get to. It doesn't make sense the others to appear and do your quests. So this is the only thing that needs to be done, and if this is done, this campaign would be. It would be just like the Vortex was loved by everyone. Yeah, that was the Vortex on 2. This is the Milestorm. As everyone liked the Vortex campaign, same will happen here. Everyone will like this campaign for its own, because it's its own thing. You know, the story is its own thing. It's not gonna be the same as the Vortex. It's gonna be its own unique thing that everybody will like this campaign objective, because you won't get messed with the other, which it doesn't make sense the other AI to come also in the tomes here in the Chaos Realm. So that's the only thing. This is the only thing they need to do to fix it, and if they do that, it's gonna be like another huge success. I mean, you can't have. I know what they did. I get to realize what they did. They just they saw that players liked Vortex campaign, which was a race for the Vortex, and they just said, okay, let's do the same thing. Put a race in this campaign, which is different campaign. It's not the Vortex campaign. Well, you can't do the same thing for something else. It doesn't. No, it's not the same campaign. It's a different campaign, so you can't do the same thing. You can't do the same. You can't do the same thing. That's completely. How can I put? That's completely childish. You can't do the same thing for a different campaign, a different story, a different objective. They just did the same thing. They made it a race, where it shouldn't be. So that's all, guys. This is what needs to change for this campaign to become. If the AI wasn't able to get here, it would be the best campaign ever made. It would be one of the best campaigns as well, like the Vortex. Warhammer 1 didn't have a good campaign. It was too simple. It didn't have a special campaign. The Wood Elves had their own campaign in the DLC, which was great. I finished it. I confederated all the Wood Elves. Now the Beastmen had. The Beastmen had their own campaign too. It was fun, though not as good as the Wood Elves. The Vampire Pirates, I don't know if they had their own campaign or they were just in. They were just in the map, in the Mortal Empires map. I don't know if they had their own campaign. I didn't play them much. Don't remember anyway. Oh, they had I think they had the Vortex campaign. They were present there. That's right, they were present in the Vortex campaign. I think you could play. You could play with the Vortex campaign as Vampire Pirates, as well as Tomb Kings. They were part of that campaign. They didn't have their own unique maps and campaign. Tomb Kings, I didn't play them much, but they were cool. They were nice. So if this is the only change that needs to happen. Just prevent the AI completely from getting here involved into this quest, and you got another excellent campaign experience, and exactly how it should be if they do that, because it's gonna be a different campaign that the Vortex. It's not gonna be the same campaign. It's not gonna be a sandbox as Warhammer 1 was. Warhammer 1 was a sandbox from the start. Now, Warhammer 2 had the sandbox Immortal Empires as well as the Vortex campaign. And this has its own campaign and the Immortal Empires, the sandbox mode, and this special campaign. So only you are supposed to be entering these realms. The other AI will be just here playing as sandbox mode. They're not doing the campaign themselves. Besides, it's mostly for the player. Now, unless the players decide to go multiplayer campaign, which, hold on, because to my menu, let's go to the multiplayer campaign. Campaign. You have the Realm of Chaos, Darkness and Disharmony, and Something Rotten in Kislev. Players 8, Players 3, and Players 8. Unless players decide to play multiplayer campaign. Well, if they decide, they can go and play this campaign. That's up to them. Then they will be able to enter, but we're not talking about the human player campaigns. We're talking about the AI campaign, the single player campaign, which shouldn't be allowed to. It shouldn't be allowed to. The AI shouldn't be able to enter this campaign, do the quests. Think what would happen if you just took the Good Elf campaign and Bretonia or Vampire accounts who were present there were able to win the final quest battle in Beastmen. It wouldn't make any sense. That's the problem now. That's the only problem this campaign has. So I just hope they fix it. And then it's gonna be another 10 out of 10 score campaign, different to the previous one, unique completely, and everyone will love it. So thanks all for watching, guys. Be well and see you in the next cast.